Hello everyone, Randoms on my mind with another video. This time I will be talking about the different ways that I've been charging my car and the limitations that I've been experiencing. If this video is interesting to you, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I will be posting more videos about owning the Model 3 refresh version. First, I'll start off by explaining our current situation. So at our apartment building, we don't have access to home charging. Currently, the parking lot doesn't have charging stations, although that's supposed to be planned sometime this year. Also, as of right now, there aren't any superchargers in Hawaii, although that is supposed to be changing in Q2 apparently. According to the Supercharger map, that's when the first supercharger will be opening in Hawaii. So basically, I don't have access to the fastest way to charge this car, as well as the most convenient way to charge this car, which is kind of frustrating. It means I have to go out of my way to charge the car for a longer period of time, which is not really the point of owning an electric vehicle. But for the time now, that's how things go. So that brings the question of what have I been doing to charge the car? And that's where things get interesting. Right now, I am at Target in Kapolei, which is the city that I live in, and it's a few minutes away from home. Why I am here so early, actually the store's not even open yet, so why I'm here early is because Target, this store, has 2 hours of free charging for their electric chargers, and any charging after the 2 hours, you have to pay a small fee. So I'm here, I'm waiting for the store to open so I can go in and shop, and I'm actually charging my car right now. The charger here is slow. It's not a level 3 charger, not a DC fast charger. It's level 2. So I'm looking at it right now and it's getting 26 miles per hour. Yeah, it's pretty slow to be honest, but the trade-off is that I don't pay anything for charging here. So time versus money, right? 2 hours is actually really good because within that time I don't have to rush to shop. It's a good amount of time for me to just stroll around the store, grab what I need and go. And actually, because Target has not only charging stations here, but the first 2 hours are free to charge, I've actually been quite a loyal customer to Target. I pulled up the ChargePoint app, which is the chargers here are ChargePoint, so you can see a history of all the charges that I've done. It's been a money saver for sure, and since I'm at the store, I have to grocery shop or do whatever. It's nice to be able to do 2 things at once: charge the car and shop. I did have to pay once to charge the car, which is fine. It was a really small amount, and overall, I mean, I've charged this car like at least 30 times here, and majority of them, minus that one time, was free. Typically when charging this car at this location, the car will get about 30 miles of range, and I have the standard range plus, if that makes any difference. And also it charges at 30 amps. I'm not really sure exactly how to read this. It says 30/30A and 193 or 194 volts. So yeah, slow charge but free. I do have to say, not every Target is like this where the first 2 hours of charging are free. Don't expect to go to any Target and have the same experience as me. It's just something that I'm blessed with over here. Hello, I'm just interjecting for a little bit. I forgot to mention that the shopping center that I live nearby has free charging for electric vehicles. So my Model 3 is right here. I just went grocery shopping, and while I was shopping, I was charging my car. Here's a charger. It's from Volta, VOLTA. I've forgotten about this because I don't know if they have an app. I haven't needed an app though to charge it. I just plug in and start charging. So there it is. The second way of charging is by using the DC fast chargers on Oahu. In order to use the DC fast chargers here, because they use the CHAdeMO and CSS charging standards, I needed to buy the CHAdeMO adapter. And by the way, I do have a video which I'll link up here regarding using the CHAdeMO adapter for the first time. So definitely check that out if you are thinking about buying one yourself. This has unfortunately been the most expensive way to charge the car. And it's kind of weird in that it doesn't feel like the cost difference between charging this car versus paying for gas with an ICE car. The cost differences don't seem to be that much, if any. So how the pricing is for the DC fast chargers in Hawaii, by the way, they're only run by one company, so of course that company, which is the electric company in Hawaii, they do have a monopoly, so that's unfortunate. But anyways, it's a variable pricing, which means depending on the time of day that you charge the car, the price will be lower or higher. I try to charge the car at the cheapest rate, which is between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They will charge 47 cents per kilowatt. So here's an example of a transaction that I did, and yeah, it's kind of pricey. I don't want to charge using the DC fast chargers as often because again I have to pay for it. So I'll typically charge it to when I get to about 100 miles of range. Because living in Hawaii and working from home, I don't need to have a full battery as much as someone who would have to commute far for work or school. So yeah, it's pretty pricey, although I try to balance it out by charging here for free. The third way is actually by plugging into the 110 volt outlets. Tesla will include a charger with the car, and it plugs into the 110 volt outlet, which is the same outlet that's used to, like when you plug in your smartphone or a electric drill, blender. That same outlet you can actually use to charge the car. It's of course super slow because it is 110 volts, but it is free, and I love free. So I was able to charge this way a few times, like 2 times when I had to go to the doctor's. The rate to charge it was nuts. I think at that time the car had about 50, maybe 60 miles of range, and it was showing like over 20 hours to fully charge the battery. Of course it sounds crazy, but like me working from home, if I had that kind of access at our apartment building where I could just plug into a wall outlet like that, and since I work from home, I don't drive the car as much, that would have been totally sufficient for me. The fourth way, which is the final way, and I think it's not too significant, has been regenerative braking. I live on flat land, so I haven't really taken advantage of regenerative braking compared to someone that like lives on a mountain, but it still is something that I use. So typically I'll drive the car pushing on the accelerator, and then I'll slowly lift my foot up, so that way the regenerative braking will kick in because I'm not fully pressing on the pedal. I'm just like lifting it off a little bit. The regenerative braking will kick in, and I'll see on the screen there's that green bar that goes like that. So technically I'm charging the car. There actually was one time when I was able to charge like 2 miles because I was driving the car downhill. So that's pretty cool that I was able to gain range by driving, ironically, but that's how it is with electric vehicles, right? Anyways, I'm gonna end this video because there's just a few more minutes until Target opens. Thanks for sticking around and watching, and if you enjoyed this video, again, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, please check out the second channel that I run, which is linked in the description below. I use this channel to talk about life in Hawaii, which includes food, things to do, Hawaiian language. So if that interests you, please definitely check it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.